What's going on, movie fans? Welcome to Movie Rounders Live. I'm Matt, Daniel, Bethany, and thanks for joining us again, Tony up here, who's coming back from some very busy work, and he's about to go back on vacation. So I'm not sure exactly what Tony does. He just likes to chill out. But we decided at lunch today that we have busy things to do tomorrow, so we're bringing you a special Wednesday night edition. So we hope that you all are joining us here. Send us some comments to let us know that you're here and that our comments are working as always. And tonight we're going to do a special Ryan Reynolds bracket just because the trailer for Free Guy came out, the second trailer, I should say. And we all love Ryan Reynolds, except for Daniel, who hates him to the core. So this should be fun.
I forgot that Daniel does not like him.
Yeah. So here's how tonight's going to work. We're going to just start off with the Free Guy trailer. You're going to see us react to it. We're going to give our comments about it, if we like it, don't like it, things like that. Hello, Corey. Welcome. Hello. And then we're going to just talk about random things. We're just going to throw out random questions to each other. We're going to answer those. If you want to throw out your questions, we'll answer your questions there as well. So bye, Daniel, as Corey is the biggest Ryan Reynolds fan that I know. But we're gonna answer your questions. We're gonna answer each other's questions. A very laid back hour here for Movie Rounders Live. So thank you for joining us. Get those comments in over there, and we are gonna start off with the Free Guy trailer. So Tony, if you want to get that going, we're gonna watch, and you all watch with us.
Alrighty, let's see here.
Good morning, Goldie. My name is Godfather. A free city. I have everything I need. Except one thing. Hey! Excuse me. Hey, bud, you would think that there's got to be more? More than what? Stuff we do day after day. Literally not once. Today's going to be different, Goldie. What are we looking at? We ran into each other the other day.
How did you find me?
I waited outside by the murder train.
Darling, I have to tell you something. There is no easy way to say this. This world is really over you.
I really want to kiss you. Is that weird?
Listen to me. You're not real.
Wait, you let him kiss you?
Guy.
There's not a button for that.
Oh, he found the button.
Buddy, if we're not real, doesn't that mean that nothing you do matters? I'm sitting here with my best friend, trying to help him get through a tough time. Now, if that's not real, I don't know what is. Millie, I know this world is just a game, but this place, these people, that's all I have. Thanks, guy.
Who is this guy?
This character in the video game Free City has been turning heads by being the good guy.
Who's blue shirt guy?
You're absolutely right. Who is he or she? Indeed. This loser is ruining the game, man. I don't care if he's I'm a freaking Schwarzenegger. Terminate him. We're doing great.
Guy, in 2 days, the game is going to shut down. You, this whole city, they'll be gone.
What if we can save it? Is that cool? Oh, really cool. We can change our world, but we have to fight together. I don't know what's happening right now, but I love it. This is the first time I've ever driven a car before.
I really wish you'd mentioned that. Yeah.
Thank you. Watch out for them. They seem nice.
All right.
Okay.
So that is the Free Guy trailer 2 there. I doubt it comes out December 11th. But I know they did a behind-the-scenes thing where they recorded a bunch of different dates that this could come out because it's Ryan Reynolds and he likes to do funny things like that. So we'll start with Daniel, who looked unimpressed during the trailer. Daniel, what did you think of the Free Guy trailer?
I think it could quite possibly be Ryan Reynolds' best movie ever. I just want to say that. I think it's going to be fun. But like just right off the top of my head, I think it reminds me a lot of Ready Player One as far as like the graphic style and the way it looks. And just the whole, it seemed like we're in a new phase of VFX and building 3D and implementing it in movies. Looks a lot like Ready Player One to me, but it's all good. I am so hopeful for this. I hope it'll be wonderful. So,
All right, Bethany, we'll go to you. As Ryan says, your facial feature reactions there could be memes.
That is my contribution to the entire stream. So I've done my part for the night. I am signing out. I will see y'all next week. No, I think this looks like a lot of fun. I'm excited about it. Definitely a little wacky, but it's going to be good, I think. Ryan Reynolds doing anything comedy related, which is most of what he does. I like when he does serious stuff too, but his comedy stuff is always really fun, and this looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm hoping it comes out this year in some shape, form, or fashion because I need movies to watch. I'm tired of not having anything to watch, and I would really, really like it to come out just so I have something to watch.
Right. So I love the trailer. The trailer looks great. It gives me big Truman Show vibes where he doesn't know that he's in a world that's just made up. Love that Joe Keery's in it, the Stranger Things man, as Corey alluded to.
Yeah. I will also see it just because Taika is in it.
Taika Waititi was my next one. I love watching Taika Waititi do anything. So the premise looks great. The trailer looked great. Anytime you throw Baba O'Reilly into a trailer, it makes it a million times better already. So I'm excited for Free Guy. Tony?
I'm the same way. I mean, I'm a huge fan of online gaming, especially massively multiplayer online games, which is kind of what this is playing off of. I love that it's kind of like Ready Player One, but it doesn't take itself quite so serious.
Ready Player One looked like a garbage movie, and I'm pretty sure it was a garbage movie. This looks like it's going to be fun.
Whoa. Ready Player One was a good movie.
That was a garbage movie. It did not look interesting. It did not look good. I don't think it was actually good either.
So back to what I was saying.
Sorry, Tony.
Visually is kind of what I meant. It's kind of playing off that whole idea of this online, massively multiplayer kind of role-playing game. He doesn't know he's an NPC, and NPCs are the brunt of the joke for us that play those kinds of games. So I love the concept to it. I love that it's kind of got a bit of humor to it that Ready Player One could not figure out. It just, to me, Ready Player One couldn't find its voice. Now, that's nothing against the book. I read the Ready Player One books, and they were great. I just don't think it translated well onto the set. Now, visually it did, but the story just wasn't there. This looks like they're going to have some fun with the story, and because it's already not taking itself so serious, and it's not trying to base itself on a bunch of expensive brands from the past like Ready Player One did. They get a little bit more leeway, I think, with what they do and how they tell the story. But I'm excited about it. It's action, it's explosions, and it's funny. I mean, it's right up my alley. So,
yeah.
All right. So what we're going to do now that we've reviewed the Free Guy trailer 2 here, we're going to kind of just go into some questions before we reveal the Ryan Reynolds bracket that I know you're all waiting so much to see. But we want to get some comments in from you, some questions in from you, the audience. Ask us anything but Westerns. Ask us anything you want to ask us. We're actually going to go around and ask ourselves some questions and try and get some answers. So, Daniel, you informed me that you had a whole lot of questions to ask the panel. So give us a question. And you guys get yours in the comments over there and we'll answer them.
Yeah, and this is for everybody. Okay. And I'm just going off the top of my head here. Who is the better actress? Kirsten Dunst or Kristen Bell?
Kristen Bell.
I would also say Kristen Bell now. Kirsten Dunst back in the early 2000s, she did some really good things, like Interview with a Vampire as she was a child was really good. But I would say Kristen Bell now with The Good Place, and she's past her now.
Yeah, I agree.
I love them both. I think they're great.
I was never a big Kirsten Dunst fan. There was something about her that just never clicked with me. So I'm Kristen Bell. That's an easy choice.
Y'all throw yours out in the comments. Do you like Kirsten Dunst or Kristen Bell more? Bethany?
So these rapid fire questions are just random questions. They're not about Ryan Reynolds.
They're just whatever we want to talk about.
Okay. We'll get back to Ryan Reynolds with the movie bracket.
Anyone can answer this question, but this is kind of a Matt specific question.
I saw it go.
Did you? What's the question then, Matt?
Does it have to do with Power Rangers? I'm sure.
Yes! Why is Power Rangers 2016 the best movie of all time, Matt?
All right.
Why is it?
So let me answer this. All right. I actually enjoy the first Power Rangers movie that they did, the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger movie back with the original Tommy and the original Pink Ranger and all the original cast. I really enjoy that movie. The thing that I did not like much about Power Rangers 2017 is I didn't like how long it took them to get to be Power Rangers in the first place. It was very Breakfast Club heavy type. These are misfit kids that have to fall into their own and just happen to come across the powers and all this stuff. Now, in the TV show, they weren't misfit kids. They were just regular kids that were called upon because they were worthy to be called upon to be Power Rangers. These are just more misfit kids that just needed something to do with their time, so let's just make them be crime fighters. The other reason I really, really didn't like the movie was because Elizabeth Banks was bad in the movie, just bad. And I like Elizabeth Banks. I love her in a lot of things that she does. She's one of my favorite characters in Scrubs TV show, but she was just really bad as Rita in this movie. So those are my takes on that.
Tony, Daniel, any contributions to Power Rangers 2017?
I think that's fair what he said about the whole, it took a little while. I mean, it was an origin story, but the idea that these were misfits and they kind of fell into the thing and were just picked instead of you're not worthy with the Thor hammer thing. But I mean, once the movie gets rolling, I actually enjoyed it. I think it's a good action movie. It does take a little bit to get rolling, but I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, all I've ever seen was the TV show. I enjoyed it. I really liked it, but I don't have like $18 to spend on the movie, so I've never seen the movie. So or whatever it costs to watch it, I don't have that money for that. But I want to see it
for Christmas.
Okay, great.
You should definitely watch it, Daniel.
I'll watch it if somebody will give me a DVD or let me borrow a DVD. I would love to watch it and talk about it.
We need to have a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie night over here at the house.
Like I said, I love the first one.
Alexia's comment up. Throw that comment
up. Hold on. We got to go in order here first. Hold on a second. We'll get to the Barenthal question here in a minute. All right. First, we had this one.
Barenthal. It's not Berenstein. It's Bernthal.
Bernthal.
He's not a Berenstein bear.
Actor Rick Moranis is set to appear in the upcoming new film from the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids movie universe, the Source Club, blah, blah. The new film titled Shrunk will star Josh Gad. What are our thoughts? Tony, are you ready for another Honey, I Shrunk the Kids without Rick Moranis with Josh Gad, Olaf from Frozen as your star?
I'm not a huge fan of all these remakes. I mean, so I'm not really excited about it. I'd rather something new. So I remember the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I remember in the day, the effects were pretty wild because of the way they did it and they showed the shrinking and stuff. But I'm tired of remakes. So I'm not really excited about
it. Daniel?
I want to say, I think Josh Gad is going to be the next big star. I'm serious. I think he's got a lot of potential, and I think he's on slate to be a huge actor in the future.
I actually think Honey, the Shrunk Kids could work from a modern update. It was back in the 80s, I believe, late 80s.
And early 90s.
Yeah, late 80s, early 90s. I know Honey, I Blew Up the Kid was in there somewhere. But it was a good movie for back then. I think if you did a modern retake of it, like you shrink the kids and like, oh, my cell phone's so big, I can't use it anymore. It might have a fun twist on it in a modern type thing. So it's not the worst movie I've ever heard to be remade. I would love to see Rick Moranis maybe being the grandfather and his son, Josh Gad, and he's now shrinking kids. That might be a fun thing to watch. Bethany?
I only vaguely remember this movie. I think it's a little bit before my time, like being born wise. So I don't really remember. I know I've seen it, but I really can barely recall a single thing about this movie.
No.
So
Rick Moranis was huge when I was a kid. We've seen all those movies, and let me tell you, we watched them like 5 or 6 times each. So
yeah,
Rick Moranis was a genius.
All right, so keeping the rapid fire coming, we're going to keep doing your questions here real quick, and then we'll get into the Ryan Reynolds bracket. Do a TED Talk on why John Bernthal is the best Punisher. I'm gonna be honest.
This man carried an entire show for 2 seasons. He brought gravitas. He was perfect as Frank Castle. Like, he brought the grit. He brought the lightheartedness. He brought the muscle. I mean, how many fight scenes did he have to do? So many. He just looks phenomenal as Frank Castle. There is no one who is Frank Castle beyond Jon Bernthal.
I've only seen one Punisher movie, and that was the one with Thomas Jane. So that's the only one.
And
I
it
can
doesn't
go off
count.
of.
It's not a good movie.
I haven't watched Netflix one, so I can't say that Jon Bernthal is not the best Punisher just because I haven't watched it. But I really enjoyed Thomas Jane's performance as Punisher, so I do like Thomas Jane. Daniel?
I just want to say Jon Bernthal is the quintessential Punisher. I agree with Bethany. And let me tell you, the reason why I say that is because Jon Bernthal has so much range. If you watch The Walking Dead, the first 3 or 4 seasons of it with Jon Bernthal in it.
2 seasons.
That man can act his butt off. He's amazing. Mm-hmm. He's really good. Yeah.
Tony?
I didn't like him in The Walking Dead.
He was the villain, yeah.
Yeah, nobody liked him. I know a lot of people
good.
have said like they didn't want to watch The Punisher because they hated his character in The Walking Dead.
Which is usually that's a testament to the actor if they can get you because of the way they portray that character to not like him. So because of all that happened with him and Rick, I hated him. Yeah. So when he got picked as the Punisher, I was like, nope, not watching it. I didn't watch it.
He's so good in this, and like he has a monologue in Daredevil season 2 where he gets introduced before they backdoor the Punisher in as a series for the Netflix Marvel group before they all got canceled because of Disney Plus. And that monologue is one of the best like moments in TV, I think. Like. And just the like, and I don't even know how to describe it. Like everything that he brings to that role, and he's such a genuinely great human being too. And he's so dedicated to putting forth the best performance that he can. So,
he plays.
It's not getting canceled still. It was already canceled, and that wasn't because of Jon Bernthal or the cast. That was because Disney Plus came to the thing and ruined everybody.
All right, so we're going to move on to our next question. So we're going to answer these other few questions real fast, and then we're going to get into the Ryan Reynolds bracket. So y'all halt on the questions for a moment so we can get into the Ryan Reynolds bracket and then bring him in. As soon as I let you know, we're going to go to Corey's question. Is there any movie that was actually better than the book? I don't read a whole lot of books, but I haven't read the Lord of the Rings books, so I can't be partial on that, but I love the movies. The movies it's one of the greatest trilogies of all time. And to see it visually, I'm guessing it's got to be better than reading the book. So I'll say Lord of the Rings.
I'm gonna go with Gone Girl actually. I love the book. I think the book is amazing, and I think I don't necessarily think that the movie is better than it, really, but it's a very valid equivalent. I read the book before I went to see the movie, and that is one of the best book to film adaptations that that has ever been done, in my opinion. And it helped too that the author of the book, Gillian Flynn, was I think like the main screenwriter for the movie itself. So she was able to take the important parts of the book and adapt it for a screenplay that was very, very good. I think it got some Oscar noms for Rosamund Pike and Ben Affleck.
All right,
and a best film nod, I think.
I want to say I don't know. I mean, Mario Puzo's The Godfather. To me, the Godfather movies, they just kill the books. And there's nothing wrong with the books, but let me tell you, that acting and those characters, the way they're brought to life by the actors, is just insanity. How good it is. So,
all right, Tony.
Do graphic novels count? Because The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Walking Dead
adaptation. Yeah.
It's literature. So.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go to. I'm sorry if I butcher your name, Dapnery Melina. I hope I said that right. Dapnery Melina says, for a question, is there any movie score, music that was memorable for you, or you really felt made the movie better. Well, my favorite music score of all time is E.T., and Jurassic Park would be a close second. So I'm definitely going to go with those two. John Williams just makes anything better. And just riding over that moon set with that just amazing E.T. Theme. It just sends shivers down my spine. So I would say E.T. Tony, Daniel, Bethany, jump in.
For me, I think the Darth Maul scene.
Fates.
I mean, that thing just it matches what's happening visually with the music in the background. The two come together to me to one of the most amazing scenes in Star Wars.
All right, Daniel.
I want to go with the best 2-note score in the history of film, and that's Jaws. That's da 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 da. For me, that's like you can't get any more brilliant than that. I mean, that's just it's simple and it's scary and eerie.
It's pronounced that's how
she
it's
said you said her name fine.
Okay, good.
Yeah, just below that, she says you said my name fine.
All right, and Bethany, did you have one?
Yes, that's also my friend, and so I knew as soon as she commented you wouldn't be able to say her name.
Yeah.
No, so I have two movies. One is The Lion King, the original 1994. I mean, the new one also has Hans Zimmer doing the soundtrack for it, so it's great. And that's one of the things where I think the soundtrack actually went a little better, not with the singing songs that they added in, or their renditions of the original songs, but the actual score by Hans Zimmer. Specifically, I mean, there's so many tracks from that movie: This Land, To Die For, Under the Stars, and Remember, which is the Ascension song where Simba's walking up Pride Rock in the rain after defeating Scar. And I played French horn in high school, and I can pick out that one noise. I can always hear a French horn and pick it out. And the French horn just swelling through that as he goes up is something that gives me chills every single time I watch it. The other movie that I have is Revenge of the Sith. That is one of John Williams' best soundtracks that he has ever done. Specifically, Anakin's betrayal, the immolation scene, and of course Anakin versus Obi-Wan / Battle of the Heroes, because talk about specifically Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Battle of the Heroes as two of the most they kind of encompass everything that Duel of the Fates did and then break your heart at the same time. And then the immolation scene is the music that plays as Vader, Anakin is burning on Mustafar, and Obi-Wan standing there saying, I loved you, I couldn't save you, you were my brother. And it is one of the things that carries that movie over the top and makes that scene just so heartbreakingly beautiful and perfect.
All righty. So we're going to answer one more question real fast, and then we're going to jump into the Ryan Reynolds bracket. Which Ryan Reynolds?
There's a comment down here, and I agree with that about The Lion King.
Which Ryan Reynolds superhero movie is worse, Green Lantern or X-Men Origins Wolverine? So real fast, which one, guys?
I'm going to go with Green Lantern because it's the CGI suit.
All right.
Yeah, Green Lantern is pretty awful for me. I like Wolverine.
I actually liked Green Lantern. I mean,
I think the CGI suit just kind of kills it for me because, I mean, at that point we could still do some pretty. We could do stuff, and they were just like, "No, we'll do super suit."
Yeah.
So.
But for Ryan Reynolds, I think personally, it's the Wolverine one because
Hugh Jackman kills in that Wolverine.
Yeah. I like X-Men Origins Wolverine better as a movie, but for Ryan Reynolds in that second part, it was worse for him than I believe Green Lantern was. So I'll answer both of them. So speaking of that, we're now going to move into our Ryan Reynolds bracket, and we decided to do this because of the Free Guy trailer. We were just talking at lunch. Let's just do Ryan Reynolds. So I picked 8 movies that I believe that everybody in the comments had seen. These aren't my top 8 by any means. I would have put some others in here, but I wanted to make sure that people had actually seen them before Josh yells at me for picking movies that people have seen and not putting Buried in here. Josh. So our first matchup is going to be and these are ranked by IMDb. I didn't rank these. IMDb ranked these. It's going to be number 1 seed Deadpool against the number 8 seed Green Lantern. I put Green Lantern in here because I was begged to put Green Lantern in here. So you all answer in the comments. Is it going to be Deadpool or is it going to be Green Lantern? We'll start with Tony.
No competition. Deadpool.
All right, Bethany.
Deadpool, all around an amazing movie, great cast. But if we're just looking at the Ryan Reynolds aspect of it, Deadpool.
All right, Daniel.
Right, where's it at? It's right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, hands down, Deadpool. I mean, it's probably one of his best movies. That's perfect for his personality and perfect for his snarky gimmick that he has. And it's made for him, and it's brilliant. And that's
I'm also gonna go Deadpool. I love Deadpool. It's a great movie. So that's 4 of us for Deadpool, and if I can catch up to the people voting, that's 5. Phil's going with the Green Lantern just for memes. I don't care about either of these movies. So 5-1, 6-1, 6-2. Corey's already answered Deadpool once. 7-2 from Tim. Jamie 8-2, 9-2. Thank you for joining us, Shana. I can never get it right. I'm sorry. Josh already saying that his suit was CGI'd. Your mom, I believe we're in 10-2.
Yeah.
Alex coming in with Green Lantern was just to get me to show up. So Alex is going with Green Lantern. And Hamp's already said Deadpool. Tim's already answered Shanna Banana. So thank you for helping me. Shanna Banana. Shanna. And Meredith says Deadpool. So it's going to be Deadpool in a runaway. Deadpool's going to move on. No big shocker there. So we'll go on to the next side here of or the next 2 movies on the left side of the bracket. And that is the 4th seed Detective Pikachu against the 5th seed Van Wilder. Van Wilder, one of his, I think, first movies, if not his very first movie.
Yeah.
Detective Pikachu was a lot of voice work, but it was a lot of Ryan Reynolds voice work. So are we going to, and Dacknery also said Deadpool. I want to make sure I got hers up here.
12-3.
So Detective Pikachu or Van Wilder, we'll start with you, Daniel.
okay. Another one of those amazing snarky roles, which he does so brilliantly. Van Wilder is one of his best movies, hands down. I love Detective Pikachu because I'm a Pokemon Go person. I play it all the time, and I love it, and I love the characters, and I love Pokemon Go. But Van Wilder, to me, is probably one of his best movies. So.
Van Wilder is definitely one of his best movies. I'm definitely going Van Wilder. Bethany?
I'm going to go Detective Pikachu because I think it was cute. And I have friends that will hold me hostage if I don't say Detective Pikachu. So.
All right, Tony?
I fell asleep in Detective Pikachu. I took my daughter to go see it. So I'm going with Van Wilder.
It helps if you
All
play.
right.
Yeah.
So that's 3-1 Van Wilder. And hold on, I'm trying to catch up to the top of your comments. Make sure. All right, so Van Wilder and Detective Pikachu. It's 3-1 Van Wilder. Hamp coming in with 4-1. Cindy coming in with 5-1. Phil, Van Wilder is a masterpiece. I do like Phil loves Pokemon too, so that should tell you how much he likes Van Wilder. Corey with Van Wilder, I believe that's 6-1.
7-1.
7-1, I'm sorry. Meredith didn't see either. Dacknery said Detective Pikachu, so 7-2. Tim with Detective Pikachu is wholesome, but you see his butt in Van Wilder, so it depends on your mood. I'll go with Pikachu. So 7-3. Shanna with Pikachu. Alex coming in with Van Wilder. I believe that's 8-4. And Jamie has never seen Van Wilder. We'll change that here this weekend. So Pikachu from Jamie. I believe that's 8-5. And I'm not seeing any more votes coming in. So it looks like Van Wilder is going to take that 8-5. Very close matchup as a 4-5 matchup should be. So if we bring up the bracket real fast, on that left side, you're going to get Deadpool, and you're going to get Van Wilder. Moving on. We'll come back here to the Ryan Reynolds bracket. We're going to answer more of our questions. We're going to answer more of your questions. Let me scroll back up here real fast because I thought I saw another question up here before I got too far away.
While Matt finds that question, I want to discuss the Be Prepared butchering from the Lion King remake. I So I don't hate the way they did it. I don't think it wasn't great at all by any means. It does not compare to Jeremy Irons literally destroying his voice recording that song, and they had to have another person come in and record the song because Jeremy Irons like blew out his voice when he was recording it originally. And I know I'm about to butcher Chiwetel Ejiofor's name, but I kind of like the way they did it as like a villainous kind of musical monologue. It wasn't bad. It worked to that actor's strengths.
Mm-hmm.
But when you've got iconic songs like Be Prepared, it's got to measure up, and that just doesn't measure up for me.
All right, so I went back, found that comment, or found that question, and no, Jamie, we're not going to answer that question from my wife because that's not that appropriate for this show. So Jamie would also like to see Ryan and his wife, Blake Lively, star in a movie together. I guess she's never seen The Green Lantern, which is where he met his wife, Blake Lively, and left his other wife, Scarlett Johansson. So we'll get her to watch Green Lantern. So y'all submit some more questions down here. Hopefully I didn't miss too many of yours, but y'all submit some more questions. Tony, do you have a question for the panel?
No.
I got one.
All
right, Daniel?
So we'll go back to Daniel and his 15 questions he had.
Okay. Who is more overrated, Ryan Reynolds or Shia LaBeouf?
Ooh,
I like Shia LaBeouf. I do.
I don't think either of them is overrated. Now, Shia LaBeouf is also very misogynistic and sexist and homophobic, which kind of breaks my heart because he's such a good actor, but I don't vibe with it on that level. Because I loved him in Peanut Butter Falcon, but I wouldn't say Shia LaBeouf is an overrated actor by any means. I think he's one of those actors that's a little underrated for how good he is. I don't think Ryan Reynolds is overrated though either. I think if the only way you could classify him as overrated would be like the sarcasm wise, but even like then, like he holds his own very easily being a sarcastic, witty, conventionally attractive white man. So
if I was going to pick one, I'd probably say Ryan Reynolds just because he plays Ryan Reynolds in a lot of movies. I love Shia LaBeouf's movies and acting too much to say he's overrated. Now, outside of the movies, he does some antics that are kind of crazy and weird. But if we're talking about his movies, I like Shia LaBeouf. So I'll say Ryan Reynolds. Tony?
I don't think you can hold that against Ryan Reynolds because I honestly think he gets cast and they go, just do your thing.
Yeah.
But he's not being asked to show any range in his stuff. And Labeouf to me is a little bit off the rails. I mean, when you see him outside the movies, he's kind of out there. I mean, he's the kind of person I wouldn't be surprised if we heard he was dead tomorrow. I mean, he does some crazy things.
Yeah, I mean, he's very talented. Like, and I mean, he's one of the, I don't know, I guess he's a method actor because I remember when they were shooting Fury, he pulled out one of his own teeth.
Yeah.
And I think like that movie he recently did where he was a part of a cartel or something, like he actually got all those tattoos.
For real.
I
just think he's not, Ryan Reynolds seems like he's got his act together and he's making money doing what people ask him to do. But I mean, the other guy, he's just a little.
Yeah.
All right. Bethany, did you have another question?
Oh, who do you like? Well, I mean, we kind of talked about it last week with the James Bond stuff, but would you rather see Tom Hardy or Idris Elba or Henry Cavill as James Bond?
Oh, yeah.
Which would y'all rather see?
Tony?
Henry Cavill, I'd be for in a second. I'd love to see him play that role. I think that would be just with what he just did with Enola Holmes and that little bit of a different kind of character. Seeing him do Bond, he's got the stature. The last Mission Impossible movie he did felt like it was a trial run to see how he kind of fit into those kind of action roles and stuff. So For me, I mean, I love the others, but I think I'd love to see him do something different and get out of the typecasting of Superman. So,
all right, Daniel.
I want to see Idris Elba. I mean, I would love to see Henry Cavill do it too, but Idris Elba to me has always been one of those people that commands the screen like a 007 should. I think when he's on the screen, he's hypnotic. You can't take your eyes off of him. I mean, same way with Henry Cavill too, but I'm just saying like Idris Elba is one of those people that could do it and have like a creative flair and a commanding presence, which that character needs. So yes, that's who I want to see.
Honestly, I don't care who plays Bond. It's never been about.
I'm not a Bond fan at all, but I was like, I need a question.
It's about who plays the villain. To me, it's all about the villain.
Yeah.
The Bond movie is only as strong as their villain. That's why Daniel Craig is a good Bond in some movies, and other movies I don't care because I don't watch it for Daniel Craig's Bond. I didn't watch it for Pierce Brosnan's Bond. I watched it for the villain to see what they came up with and the scenarios they put him through. So to me, cast the villain and write a good story around the villain, and then your Bond movie will be just fine.
I think Idris Elba needs a win after Cats.
Yeah.
Idris Elba got pumped by Michaels. That's funny. All right, so we had another. And that was from The Office.
Yeah.
So Tim asked,
this one.
What Disney movie actually deserves a live action remake? Does any? I say Atlantis. All right. Anybody want to jump in with what they think deserves one? Bethany?
The Treasure Planet movie that they did, the animated one where it's in space.
Yeah.
I know Dacre Montgomery's a little old for that role. I mean, he's my age, 26. I think Jim Hawkins is like 16, 17. I think he'd be a great person for that role. I think he's really charming. He's really charismatic. Perfect. So I would like to see that. I'd also like to see what Tim said, Atlantis, because Atlantis is one of those Disney movies that's very heavily slept on, and they don't have to go the route of animating animals with that one.
All right, Daniel?
Okay, I want this to happen because we need to do it before these people die, and it's Toy Story. Like, we need like who plays Buck Rogers, or what's the character?
Tim Allen.
Tom Hanks and Tim
Tim Allen plays Buzz Lightyear.
Like we need that to happen with Tom Hanks and Tim Allen like right now, because like they can do it. We can do live action. It'd be amazing.
I don't think either of them could pull off Woody and Buzz.
Oh man,
do it. Like we could make this happen. Like it would be amazing.
I don't think either of them could.
I love that idea. I would love to see them try to pull it off.
Yeah. Tony, did you have one?
Let's get a letter writing.
I like that too. That's because they're those Toy Story is so wrapped up in those two personalities. To try and do a live action one without them would be really weird. So
yeah, I'm gonna go with Tim there. That's a Cats type of CGI abomination. That's like I would love to see like Lilo and Stitch, just because Stitch is one of my favorite Disney like creatures. But that would be horrifying, I think.
Tony, do you have one?
Matt, did you give one? Or
I just had one on the top of my head, and it just went, and it went away.
Fan of the remakes.
Yeah.
I really don't need any more Disney live action, to be honest with you. I got the one that I wanted. I got Aladdin, and that's the one.
I love the idea of Toy Story. That would be very interesting.
Yeah.
I'm excited about the Little Mermaid live action. I'm hoping that one goes really, really well.
I'm only excited about it because I think it would fail. It'd be interesting to watch how bad it fails.
It'd be fun.
So Jamie has a question. Favorite Disney Halloween movie? The first one that came to mind the second I thought of it. I don't know. I don't think Hocus Pocus is Disney, so
it's not Disney.
I'm going to go with Halloween Town. Halloween Town is great. I love watching it every time it comes on the Disney Channel, so I'll go with Halloween Town.
It's the only Disney Halloween movie I know of, so I'm going with
Yeah.
Any chance Beetlejuice was from?
No, you guys don't know Twitches.
Twitches.
Halloween show coming up though, right?
Yeah.
Twitches too. I love those two. I do like Halloween Town though.
I
Halloween
like seeing
Town
how
is.
Phil's coming up with non-Disney movies. Talking about Michael Myers. Was Hocus Pocus was all right. So
Subsidiary.
if you want to go with that, subsidiary. All right, so yeah, those are our quick picks for that one. I just saw one where Phil, I thought this would be a very interesting one. If I can get back up here.
You want my quick
There we go.
question? Oh, go ahead.
They are making a movie about your life. Who is getting cast to play you? So who would play you?
Who's you? You.
You.
All right. Who's going to play you?
Someone.
It's easy.
I have an answer. I'm not being serious here. Someone I used to work with once, he would like tell us what actor or actress we looked like. And this was like the most backhanded compliment to me because he was like, Bethany, you look like Charlize Theron in Monster.
Oh. All right.
It was so
Hey, that's a compliment.
All right, so
Daniel, have you seen Monster?
No, I'm saying like
let's put it
Charlize
on.
Theron. That's a great.
He said it looked like Charlize Theron in Monster,
No,
though.
No, Charlize Theron. that's good.
All right, we're going to do this real fast. We're going to put a little spin on this question as Josh brought it.
Ooh.
We should answer this about each other. So let's start with Tony. Who would play Tony?
I know me. I know.
Yeah. You know what's his face? The guy that played Sherlock Holmes. That's Tony.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Benedict Cumberbatch. That's Tony.
Really?
Oh, Benedict
No.
Cumberbatch is Tony.
No.
If anyone knows me, they know I'm really laid back. I'm about as laid back as you can get, and for me, that would be
Jeff
Matthew
Daniels?
McConaughey. So,
Matthew McConaughey.
what is he
I was
doing?
thinking Jeff
Okay.
Daniels.
All
Like,
right.
he's like the dude,
He's
the
pretty
Big
laid back.
Lebowski.
He's as laid back as you get. So,
That man smokes a lot of weed.
and his abs and my abs are very similar. We've
Yeah.
So Phil says Jonah Hill for me, Daniel Craig for Daniel, Brad Pitt for Tony, and Bethany Charlize Theron for Monster.
I got Daniel Craig for Daniel, honestly. Like, I did think that one.
Tom Hanks vibe from Tony.
I
It's
say
a kindly
pretty
chill
chill.
dad vibe.
There's
I like
a guy-
Tom Hanks for Tony. What about Daniel?
I
Who
was
are we
gonna
gonna?
tell
Who,
you, there's an actor called Sean Evans who looks like me. He played the young Detective Morris on the BBC. If you look up Sean Evans, that's who looks
no,
like.
Alexia's got you already. She's got you picked out.
Who is it?
Oh. Oh, there it is. Daniel is Dwayne Johnson.
Wait, I've got it. Who's the guy that plays with the guy in Shaun of the Dead? It's always his side buddy.
You're talking about Nick Frost.
There
Nick
you go.
Frost is
Yeah.
playing Daniel.
Who is that?
He's the sidekick to why is his name escaping me? I'm sure they're gonna hammer me in the comments here.
Oh God, no!
Nick Frost and
I'm cool with that. Hey, I like.
what is his name? What about Bethany? We'll do Bethany here real fast.
Oh my
Simon
God!
Pegg.
Hey, who's the chick?
Simon Pegg. Simon Pegg. Yeah.
Who was the girl in Knives Out? That's who to me.
Oh,
Anna de Armas.
yeah.
Oh, I can see that for
Okay.
Bethany.
Well, there was a couple people. There was the girl from 13 Reasons Why that I cannot think of her name.
Nah,
That
you
was
look
the other
more like
girl.
Anna de Armas than you do.
Okay,
Catherine
I'm
Bach.
cool with Ana de Armas.
Yeah.
I still do not to this day understand why she's dating Brad Pitt.
Ben Affleck.
Yeah, not Brad Pitt. I'd be talking about that Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
Ew, no.
J-Law,
not
of
Jennifer
course,
Lawrence.
says Josh.
Not
All right.
Jennifer Lawrence. What about
Before-
Matt, you guys?
All right, yeah.
Who's
Before we
playing
move on
Matt?
to the other side of the bracket, y'all do me.
I know who Matt's. I know who. It's a really good match. It's the guy I was telling you about, Matt. That's in the TV show that you love, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. The guy that was in the first episode.
The very first episode.
Let me look it up.
Let me look it up real fast. Anybody else got anything while he looks it up?
I like Tim's comment saying that Elizabeth Olsen Elizabeth Olsen could be me.
What was the movie where the girl got married and she found out the family was all crazy and she had to survive the night?
That's Ready or Not.
Ready or Not.
The girl that played
Samara
that.
Weaving.
Ready
Yes.
or
Yes,
Not.
Samara
That's
Weaving.
it.
I love Samara
I
Weaving.
could see
Samara
that.
Weaving.
Yeah.
Hemp says, I am Larry the Cable Guy, and Phil says, I am Brad Bird.
I wish I could find it.
All right, so while Daniel finds that was a very fun question. Thank you guys for submitting
I agree
those
with
questions.
Phil, though. I would also date Ben Affleck if I had the chance, just after he gets that horrible back tattoo lasered off.
All right, so we're going to go to the right side of the Ryan Reynolds bracket here. So we all need you to comment on your right side over here. It's going to be the number 2 seed Waiting versus the number 7 seed Just Friends. So Waiting or Just Friends, pick between those two in the comments over there where Bethany is pointing. We'll start with Daniel. Daniel, Waiting or Just Friends?
Let me tell you, there are very few comedies funnier than Waiting. Waiting is one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. It's for 12-year-old boys, but it is hilarious. It's kind of dirty humor, whatever, restaurant, guys just hanging out making crazy stuff. But it is so funny. We've laughed for weeks about that movie.
I'm going to be honest. We went to lunch earlier today, me, Daniel, and Tony, and I got
They never invite me, by the way.
Yeah, I got serious Waiting vibes. By the way, Daniel was just ushering around our waitress all day. I was like, oh, no. But
Sorry.
I love Waiting. Don't get me wrong. Waiting is a good movie, but I just love Just Friends more. When he starts off in the fat suit, it's hilarious. I love the supporting cast around him. I just like Just Friends more, so I'm going with Just Friends, but I do like Waiting. Tony?
I haven't seen either of them, so I can't give you any on this one.
I'm not surprised you haven't seen Waiting, Tony. I'm not surprised about that. All right, Bethany?
I have also never seen either of these movies. So
we're going to go off of
it's
me and
less
Daniel.
surprising when it comes from me. It's more surprising when it comes from Tony.
No, I can see Tony not seeing Waiting. I can promise you that. All right, so it's 1-1. Bethany will put the fingers up here. If we end up into a tie, then we'll go to the tiebreaker. So we've got Hamp here with Waiting. So 2-1 Waiting. Phil, Just Friends is a classic, easy vote, 2-2. We've got Waiting from Shanna. We've got Josh with Just Friends, so 3-3. Corey, this is so hard, but Just Friends. Alex with Waiting, so I believe we're tied again, 4-4. Phil talking about getting goated, yes. And then Tim, I've never seen either. So Jamie says Just Friends. So that's 5-4, Just Friends. And we'll give it just a second here because it's such a close vote to see if anybody else is going to hop in here with their vote.
You do get brownie points, Tim, because that is my current hyperfixation.
Yes. All right,
Matt,
going once.
I found your lookalike, Matt. I'm sorry.
Going twice. And we're gone. It's going to be Just Friends moving on. So Just Friends will move into that right side of the bracket. And while I get ready to go into the other movie here, let's Daniel, who do I look like?
You look like Eric Balfour. Balfour. Eric Balfour. He was in the first episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. When I saw him, I said, that looks like Matt. That came out of my mouth immediately. You have the same nose.
All right, so I will definitely look that up. I'll look up Eric Balfour, and then I'll let you know.
I don't see that, but I support the choice, Daniel.
I'll let Daniel know if he's going to be on next week's episode when I look that up. So let's look back here at our bracket. So we've got Deadpool that moves on against Van Wilder on the left side. Just Friends eking out Waiting on the right side. And now down to our last matchup here. Number 3 seed, The Proposal, against number 6 seed, The Change-Up. So The Proposal, The Change-Up, y'all go ahead and put your comments in here with what you're picking. And we will start with Tony because I'm hoping he's seen at least one of these. Tony, The Proposal, The Change-Up.
I haven't.
What?
Okay.
One of them, I might have it, but neither ring a bell.
The Proposal.
Bethany
Betty White, Ryan Reynolds, Sandra Bullock.
Oh,
the
I
iconic
saw that. I saw
Till the
that.
Sweat drips down my balls.
Yeah.
Like that is the best scene I've ever seen. So The Proposal.
All right,
I've
Daniel.
only seen The Proposal. That's me too.
Okay,
No, you can't do both The Proposal. You have to see them both. All right, Daniel.
No, you just have to see them both. As long as you've seen one, it makes it better than the other.
Daniel.
I've seen both of them, and to me, the Change Up is like a gimmicky movie. I'm not into that. So to me, The Proposal was awesome because of the chemistry between Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds. It was really good. So yeah, there you go.
Oh, so you're saying I look like Jesse? Okay.
You got his nose and eye, like the eyes and the nose.
All right. So either Phil or Darby will be filling in for Daniel next week. All right, Tony's going to pull that down. All right, so it was The Proposal and The Change Up. I like witty comedy. This is a better version of Freaky Friday for me than any of the Freaky Fridays actually did. So I'm going with The Change Up for sure. It's laugh out loud hilarious, and it's Jason Bateman at his Jason Bateman-ness. So 2-2 since Tony had seen The Proposal and he chose The Proposal. So we'll go 2-2. All right, and let's get up here. So we've got Hamp with The Change Up. We've got Phil with The Change Up because it's Jason Bateman in it, and that guy has a perfect film record. Phil's never seen The Switch. All right, Change Up is pure comedy. All right, we got The Proposal, and The Proposal. I believe that's 5-5. Hamp said Spitting Image of Matt. So it's 5-5. I haven't seen anything from Josh or Shanna unless I scroll down here.
Or Tim.
Here we go. I had to scroll down some. Josh is dead, apparently. So what did Phil say? Just called the doctor for Daniel. My guy going blind. All right, Tim with Proposal. Their chemistry was so good. Tyler with The Change Up. Phil says The Switch is awesome. All right, so Josh.
We're still tied at 6-6.
Josh, Shanna, I need you guys to break
Shanna,
it.
7.
Proposal. All right, Josh, do you have a vote? I see that you wrote the dead face. Let's just give Josh just a second here to see if he votes. Haven't seen either, so
7. The Proposal.
7-6 Proposal. All right, so close. Going once, going twice.
Nobody votes.
Come on, The Proposal will get it. So if we go back to our bracket, it's going to look a little bit like it's going to be Deadpool versus Van Wilder, and it's going to be Just Friends versus The Proposal going into the Final Four. We're going to answer just a few more questions before we get down into the Final Four here. So if you have any more questions, go ahead and throw that at us. And Decknery came in with The Proposal as well. So let's see. We got. What do you think? What do you guys think of Sorkin's new pitch for social network sequel that covers the dark side of Facebook, the data mining, selling ads, misinformation? So I loved The Social Network. It was great writing by Aaron Sorkin. Of course, he writes everything great. The West Wing, The Newsroom are two of the best TV shows there are because of him. I don't need any more Social Network. I don't care. The first one was great. Jesse Eisenberg, Andrew Garfield, they were all great in it. I don't want another one. Daniel?
I feel the same way. I think it's just somebody muckraking, trying to drum up crap. And I just think it'll be ridiculous and just a bunch of hearsay and nothing based in fact or, so no, I don't want it. I would despise it. I just,
All right, Bethany?
I don't think it would go over well as a movie, honestly. It'd be interesting as a documentary, but I don't think it'd go over as a movie. And also, you're not going to beat Andrew Garfield's My F You Flip-Flops from the Social Network. That entire, rant is beautiful.
And Tony?
I mean, The Social Network worked because you were seeing how this conglomerate came to be, how it was nothing and how it grew and how quirky they were. Now that it is, and everything that he's saying the thing would be about, we all know. So
yeah,
it just doesn't sound interesting to me.
All right, Daniel, did you have any more questions for us before we move into that Final Four? Phil just basically asked a question we're going to hit on here in a few minutes.
I've got one. Okay, who do you like better, Johnny Depp or Keanu Reeves?
Keanu Reeves.
Ugh. Man, I like Johnny Depp. I like Johnny Depp a lot. And I'm not the biggest fan of the John Wick movies. I watch them at Tony's. They're fine. I'm not an action guy. But I love Johnny Depp, and I love Johnny Depp's movies before 2006. So I'm going to go with Johnny Depp.
I'm the same way. Johnny Depp has got that interesting quirkiness about him that just is totally unique. I mean, I love John Wick movies. I love The Matrix. I love a lot of the Keanu Reeves stuff, but Depp is he's just got something about him that just has He just seems like somebody you'd like to meet and hang out with. So
I'd rather meet Keanu Reeves. I think Keanu Reeves is just a genuinely I don't know Johnny Depp, and I'm not going to get into this whole thing with him and Amber Heard and all that because there's so much conjecture on that. Yeah. But I just think Keanu Reeves is just the better human being, in my opinion. I don't know what it is. I just think it might be from the E3 convention they did last year, where someone was like, "You're amazing," or "You're beautiful," and he's like, "You're beautiful." But I just like Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, I think as a business person and just niceness, he's got it. But he just kind of, I think after you had lunch or dinner with him, he'd be like, you run out of stuff to talk about. Depp came up through a different generation in the movies. And I think it'd be much more interesting to have lunch with.
I think Johnny Depp might need a little bit of therapy.
Yeah.
So we're going to go into our final four here. And I do want to make note in the final four, as my sister goes to put her baby to bed, she did say Deadpool and Just Friends were her votes. So we will add one vote to each of those as I'm coming down the line. Just want to make sure I get all of these comments in. So looking at that left side, we came up with Deadpool versus Van Wilder. So your picks are either Deadpool or Van Wilder, and we're going to start with Tony.
I mean, it's tough. One was how he kind of became who he is, and the other is the top of what he is now. So I'm going to have to go with Deadpool. I mean, he just, when I think back of anyone else pulling off Deadpool, that role was built for him. I mean, I'm Deadpool.
Bethany?
Deadpool all the way.
Daniel?
Yeah, it's Deadpool. There's no getting around that.
This is a very hard decision, but I'm definitely going to go with Deadpool as well, as much as I love Van Wilder. So y'all in the comments, let us know Deadpool or Van Wilder. That's your picks. We're going to add a fifth pick there because Corey did pick Deadpool before she ran out. All right, so Shanna with Deadpool. Hamp, Deadpool, but this is the final anyways. Phil, Van Wilder, not close. All right, so and Super Bowl of Ryan Reynolds movies would be Deadpool versus Van Wilder, according to Hamp. Y'all get those votes in. Is it going to be Van Wilder or is it going to be Deadpool? It looks like it's already 7-1. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, we've got Captain Deadpool.
Deadpool.
All right. I don't think Van Wilder is going to be able to catch up, even if I look at everybody else's comments that are going to come through. So
9-1.
Deadpool is going to easily slide into, with Jamie's comment here, Deadpool is easily going to slide into the finals. Phil talked about the Christopher Nolan bracket all over again. So now we'll go to the right side of the bracket, and y'all get your votes in quickly for this one. It's going to be the number 7 seed, Just Friends, I believe. Is that what we came up with? And the number 3 seed, The Proposal. So 2 of his earlier rom-com type movies, The Proposal, Just Friends. We're going to start with Daniel on this one. Daniel, Just Friends or The Proposal?
Just Friends.
All right, Just Friends. Bethany?
The Proposal.
Tony, have you seen Just Friends?
Nope. The Proposal.
I'm going to go with Just Friends. I do like The Proposal, but I'll go with Just Friends as well because I just think it's a better movie. So is that 2-2? And then Corey picked Just Friends before she left, so that would be 3-2, Just Friends. All right, y'all get your votes in here. Just Friends or The Proposal? I see Phil with Just Friends. Hamp picking Van Wilder again. He's taking the Bethany move from last week with Revenge of the Sith.
And Rogue One.
Shanna says Just Friends. All right. We got Jamie, Tim, Josh.
Cindy, where are you?
Cindy, y'all get your votes in here.
Cynthia.
Oh, we got Dacnery with The Proposal. Does that make it
Tim.
5-3?
Yes.
Tim came in with The Proposal.
So it's 4-5.
So that's 5-4. Jamie coming in with Just Friends. So 6-4. All right.
Cynthia.
Let's see if Cindy or Josh come in. It looks like everybody else who's been voting is already here. Alex comes in with Just Friends. kind of putting it out of reach now with a 3-vote lead. So going once, going twice. Steven comes in
wait.
with
There's a new commenter, Matt. Hold on.
He said Deadpool. So
it doesn't matter. It's a new commenter.
Proposal because
Alexia says proposal.
Hamp says proposal because I've seen it. So 7-5. It's Fat Suit Ryan Reynolds for me. Just friends. All right. So
Steven,
that's gonna
proposal. Steven.
That's gonna seal it. Going
No,
once.
it doesn't.
Going
it does not.
twice. Corey, we've already done yours with Deadpool and Just Friends. So, Corey, your vote's already been counted. Going once, going twice, gone. It's going to be Just Friends versus Deadpool. So, let's go ahead and do that final real fast because I think I already know how this is about to go. So, the final, Deadpool, Just Friends, your final 2 for Best Ryan Reynolds movie. Throw it over in the comments, and I will start. I'm going Deadpool. Obviously, I like Just Friends, but Deadpool is definitely the winner here. Tony?
Deadpool.
Bethany?
Deadpool.
And Daniel?
Deadpool.
All right. We've got 4 for Deadpool. All right. So we've got a 5th one for Deadpool. Phil says Just Friends over Deadpool. All right. And take my salt. Okay.
I'll give him a vote then.
Shanna says Deadpool. Hamp says Just Friends. Deckner says I love a rom-com, but I have to go with Deadpool. Is Amy Smart in that? Just Friends. So yes, Amy Smart is in that. So
6-3.
We got 6-3. All
Yeah.
right. Let's see if we have any more voters in here.
Wait, Steven's vote from earlier saying Deadpool. That counts.
All right, we've got another one, Deadpool. Tim, sorry to Phil, and Martin Scorsese for picking a superhero movie. All right, so it looks like with a 7-3 count, we're not going to get too many more in here. That's going to make Just Friends catch up. Jamie comes in with Deadpool, so your winner. Matt, you never told me Phil's middle name was Scorsese. All right, so Deadpool is obviously your best Ryan Reynolds movie of all time, according to you, the voters, us, the voters. And we had a lot of fun here. We answered your questions. We answered a lot of Daniel's Who's Better questions. We even talked
Daniel
a little
will
bit
not
about
be on the
Power
show
Rangers.
next week, unfortunately.
Yes.
He gave a code for Among Us, Matt. Post the code.
Yes, post the code. Oh, and Deadpool, by the way, says Alex. So we thank you all for
refusing
joining
to
us.
share your code, Phil. I'm staring at it, and he will not share it.
Oh, here's the code. Oh, okay. Among Us code, my bad. I missed Phil's comments in here. I was reading all the other ones. If you want to go play Among Us afterwards, that's the code to get in. So we thank you all for watching this episode. We thank you for joining us on a special Wednesday night because some of us have some work to do tomorrow. So we had to be here on a Wednesday night. We thank you for picking the best Ryan Reynolds movie and for listening to us talk some more. Visit us at movierounders.com. Follow us here on Facebook, Twitter,
Where
Instagram.
I'm still not on the website as a contributing person.
Yes. We're all there.
They don't invite me to lunch. I'm not on the website.
Hopefully movies will start coming out soon so that we can start reviewing again. But
I don't know, man. Regal's shut down, so I don't think we're getting movies.
Yep.
But we're Movie Rounders. Thanks for watching us. We should be back next week, but Tony's on vacation, so we'll see if it might be 2 weeks. At some point, they're going to make me do Westerns. I'm not 100% sure when. So thank you all for watching Movie Rounders. We'll see you guys next time.